Hello, and welcome to Just a Bit Outside, the baseball movie podcast brought to you by Bucko Banter. Today, in the season finale, we review ourselves.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Or the steak by the plate, sending case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Mr. Christopher Miller, what is going on, brother?
It's snowing again.
It is snowing.
So that's nice. It just went from like 70 this week to just some snow.
We got really teased. I was wearing a t-shirt the other day, and now I'm all bundled up.
Brutal,
pretty unfortunate.
Man. Brutal.
Baseball has started though. Spring training, the grapefruits and the cactuses of the world. Which
the Pirates are at the top of the heap.
It means, unfortunately, that this lovely venture of us reviewing baseball movies must come to an end for the first season. All of our loyal and faithful fans out there, you will not have to miss us forever. But the first season of Just a Bit Outside is coming to an end. Can you believe that we did 15 movies? That's crazy to me.
Insane. No, I can't. I really can't.
This was kind of pitched as an idea as to, how do we keep baseball content coming in what was actually ultimately not that slow of an offseason for the Pirates, but what we perceived to be a slow offseason. And we figured, let's talk about baseball movies. You like movies. I like movies. You like baseball. I like baseball. Do we like baseball movies? Kind of. After watching 15 of them,
I do.
They're pretty good. They could be better. They could be worse. What I did find out throughout all of this is your movie knowledge bag is Mary Poppins level deep. It is actually insane because we talk off air about movies. We talk on air about movies, and your movie knowledge game is super deep, and mine is getting there, especially with the baseball movies. So
nice. I also like that you watched a movie a week last year. I am striving to do that.
Yeah, I have. Let me pull up my list here. I don't use Letterboxd because I'm not a nerd. I keep a list on my phone like a boomer because I don't trust social media.
I'm starting to use my phone for lists more. I'm feeling very, very youthful.
I had 55 last year movies watched. Many of which were baseball movies, which really helped me out. That I was crushing out 2 a week towards the end there, watching a baseball movie and one other one. I got 28 this year already. So we are cruising.
Oh, man, you are cruising.
We're cruising through the year. It's a baseball movie a week.
We're only 7 weeks into the year.
Yeah, we're grinding out here. So we'll see. I'm going to watch
stretch. You're like the Shohei Ohtani of watching movies.
What can I say? I'm in the theaters. I'm watching tape at home, right?
I've not been in a theater this year.
Maybe
I'll go today.
Go today. I've been
today. It's snowing. Go in, taking a flick. I don't even know what's in theaters right now. Because all I do is watch baseball movies and James Bond. Now they're all on Netflix.
It's pretty sick though.
It's not bad. It's not a bad life.
Let's give a shout out to some movie theaters, by the way. Shout out Row House, which is the GOAT Pittsburgh movie theater, in my opinion. They just opened up a second location, so shout out Row House. Recently went to the Cinemark in the North Hills.
It's nice.
Oh man, you
it's
could
nice.
fall asleep in those recliners.
And that the snack bar, big. You gotta like kind of walk through it.
That is the luxury of all luxury theaters.
Yeah, Waterworks Cinemas. They just had the big recliners now. It's not stadium seating, but it doesn't really matter.
I do like Waterworks a lot. Waterworks, shout out.
And it's no longer there, but I mean, the theater is kind of technically, but the only true IMAX projector like this side of Philadelphia was in the Pittsburgh Mills.
Huh.
So they're IMAX. The other ones are IMAX screens, but they're not IMAX projectors. They're not 70 mil.
And now that is a dead mall, unfortunately.
Dude, it's so sad. It's so sad. I was in there looking for my Verizon store, which apparently moved to like a place really far from the mall.
It's brutal up there.
And then all the potholes were so big that my car is still stuck in one. I just bought a new car. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this.
It makes the downtown sinkhole look like
like a walk in the park.
To wrap up the movies, shout out The Manor. And if you want to go to the biggest movie theater you've ever seen with one person in it, go to AMC in the Waterfront. You know what? I'm gonna say that.
We used to go to the movies like once a week there, back in the old college days. But like nobody goes to that movie theater anymore.
I went there with one of our guests, Alex Stumpf, to go see No Other Choice. Banger, by the way. Crime that it did not get nominated for anything, let alone Best Foreign Feature Film, which is nuts. But movie was awesome. I went to the only sold out show there ever, maybe, and we got squeezed, man. It was brutal. This will be the last thing before we crack into this. If you go to the AMC Waterfront, right? This is my biggest pet peeve, and I say it every time I go. In the bathroom, right? In the men's room, there is like on the walls, it's like red on the bottom, like beigeish on top, and then there's like a banner that runs across the middle that has all kind of famous movie quotes, right?
Yeah.
The one right by the bathroom says, "Are you not entertained?" Which is a great movie quote. It's an all-timer. It's from Gladiator. Movie's an unbelievably good movie. The punctuation is a period. Okay. Number one, that is a question. Are you not entertained? Number two, if you've ever seen the movie, he screams it. I'll give you even exclamation point if you want, but it is certainly not a period.
It is a question. So they're like, no matter what, you got to fire off question mark.
All right, that's enough. Let's talk about baseball movies.
Haven't we done that enough? Maybe people are tired of it. Maybe we could just talk about men's rooms more.
We'll leave that to the Sax cast. They stay in the bathroom. What we're going to do today, folks, we're going to give you a little bit of a cross-section of everything that we've done, right? So we're going to be serious and talk about our best movies, what we've rated as our highly rated movies. We're going to talk about from both the baseball context and the movie score context. We're going to talk about what we thought the worst movies were. We're going to talk about what our favorite ratings were. If you've been a listener, you know that we choose a random scale every single time. We're going to talk about what our favorites on that scale were as well. And then we're going to do a bit of a draft, right? If we had to draft these movies, you know, what would be the big dogs? Who would go first? Who would get left undrafted? So I think per the standard rating procedure, we should start off by talking about what our best movies were in terms of their baseball realism. And
is this the one where we have the same ones? Because we were in agreement on one of them.
We do have, as far as baseball realism is concerned, we actually do have the same highest score, the same second highest score, and I have 3 that were tied for third, but one of those does overlap with yours as well. So we were on the same wavelength here on movie baseball scores.
Sweet.
So we'll start third and go up. My 2 kind of tied for third that did not overlap with yours were Field of Dreams, the very first movie we reviewed, 8 out of 10 disembodied voices. And, you know, that's some old-timey baseball.
It is old-timey baseball.
The cheat code, I think, that we found for baseball realism is you either have to have kids playing baseball, you either have to have old-timey baseball, or you just have to have a bunch of pros in your movie that are playing baseball. Outside of that, your baseball is going to look like shit, basically.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of
turns out baseball is incredibly challenging.
My other one tied for third for Love of the Game, 8 out of 10 of the weirdest kisses you've ever seen in your entire life. But then tied for third for both of us, Bad News Bears 2005, which is interesting. We both had this slightly over the original Bad News Bears.
Mm-hmm. And again, you talked about the cheat code. You just find some children.
Yeah, you find some kids. You know, the baseball is not going to be the most polished thing ever. You have 1 or 2 kids that are maybe really good. The rest of them are making childlike errors.
We did agree to suspend our disbelief because at one point there is a wheelchair-bound baseball player. And we decided to not knock that.
I would just, you know, there are some rules in pro sports that are, I mean, probably not very allowing of a man of his nature to play the game of baseball, right? How is he staying on the base? You know, what is those are questions that I don't have the answers to. But
we never had to deal with that in backyard baseball because there weren't enough pixels. You could just neighborhood it.
Dude, there's way too many pixels nowadays.
There's too many pixels. I don't know what all this stuff is, and it scares me. People like I tried to play the show, I think 24. Too many buttons, dude.
I watch people play baseball video games, and you know,
I've never done it. I've never done it, but I have people do that. People make a lot of money doing that.
Sports video games, I'll go out on a limb and I'll say it. They suck and they lack creativity.
That's not a bad choice at all.
You could go play a game, literally name any other game, and it's better. I just don't understand. People buy the same game every single year.
You really just need like one of each.
I'm gonna watch the same movie every single week is what I'm gonna do about it.
I tend to do that. I watch the same movie a lot. I watch Ghostbusters all the time, dude.
Is that my comfort movie that I watch all the time is Willy Wonka.
The OG.
Absolutely.
How can that be your comfort movie whenever it has one of the most upsetting scenes in cinema history when they're on the boat and Gene Wilder has that look in his eyes?
That puts everything else in context, right? He's a crazy old loon, but I love him.
He is a loon.
Tim Chalamet, love Tim. I would never even think about putting that on a screen to watch. Tim as Wonka, absolutely not. Johnny Depp.
I forgot the Tim as Wonka thing existed. Wasn't it like a prequel?
I'll never know.
Yeah, no.
I'll never know.
I got all the Willy Wonka I would ever need.
Yeah, it's Gene Wilder, and that's it.
You're good.
There's no other. There's nothing else you could ever need from that.
Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka in any of the movies we watched, where is he the funniest? I'm looking through the list right now.
I have my answer, but I want to see if you can.
Because like we got to swap them for a character. So
yeah,
like
correct.
There's certain characters I don't want to take out. Like I think he could be.
I have two answers.
Oh, I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do that one. What if? Oh no, that well, okay, maybe. I mean, it would be pretty funny if he was the dad at the end of Field of Dreams.
That would be great. And he is Willy Wonka, right? In this,
he's Willy Wonka. It's Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
like if he does like the cane, like the fake limp into the role, and it's like you want to have a catch, and he just does that.
He needs to be Al from Angels in the Outfield.
I thought about Al, and that was when I said I don't like, but I also don't want to replace Christopher Lloyd because he's super good in that.
He is, but Gene Wilder, or if he's Jimmy Dugan in League of Their Own, and like as the players make mistakes, they're just like taken off to the juicing room, you know, they're taken out to the taffy puller.
I did think about having him own the Red Sox in Moneyball.
What kind of gifts do I get them? And he's just like, get them an everlasting gobstopper.
The fizzy lifting drink.
You lose. Wow. I could talk about that movie all day. All right. Let's get to the silver medalists here for baseball movies. We also matched on our silvers here.
Mm-hmm.
And it did also fall into one of the cheat codes, which is old-timey baseball. We both had A League of Their Own. I had 8.4 out of 10 back of the bus smut books, and you had 8.1 out of 10 war bonds. Two things could not be more different.
I don't know. Like, listen, both were important to the war effort.
That's true. The cheat code here, old-timey baseball, right? These are people who are playing baseball in a professional setting for the first time. It's old-timey. it looks and feels like I said this in the last episode. It feels the most like baseball. Like if you played baseball in a maybe not the highest level, for all of our pro baseball listeners out there, maybe you feel different, but like it feels the most like the baseball that I played. You know,
we do have listeners that are professional baseball players.
That's true. There's at least one of them.
And they're probably just hating all of our scores. Every movie, like 1, 0.
Dallas gave Major League 4.2. So out of 10.
He had a lot of
screaming Mohawk jokes. Baseballs.
A lot of 420 jokes from old DB.
He's a
goat.
He's an arborist for sure.
The one thing that Field of Dreams does, or I'm sorry, League of Their Own does, and there's a lot to like about that movie. But the one thing that it does is it uses actresses and actors in the movie that are hired for their acumen as baseball players so that it looks authentic. The movie is based around baseball. So it does it differently. You know, they're casting baseball players to act. You know, it's Penny Marshall held baseball tryouts before their table reads or anything. So and it shows. You were right that it feels probably the most authentic, which is crazy considering some of these movies have like a ton of Hall of Famers.
Yeah. And you know, personally, anecdotally, I have an acquaintance of mine. His wife at the time was in the remake, was in the show. And that was filmed partially in and around Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And the first step of the process there was baseball tryouts.
They stuck to the plan.
And, you know, that shows on screen. But the ultimate cheat code will always and forever be just getting actual professional baseball players to be in your movie, which is why both of our number one movies in terms of baseball score and baseball realism were Little Big League. I gave it an 8.75 out of 10 diminutive leaders, and you had an 8.9 out of 10 banana splits. I mean, this movie is very similarly. There were actual baseball tryouts for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the guys that were picked for the cast played baseball legitimately. And it's chock full of pros.
The nice thing about movies like this that have, like that were baseball forward, you know, from the producer standpoint, is you can read, like, you can look at the cast and then you can see who they considered for the role, and you know if that guy didn't get the role, it's because he sucks at ball,
which is a total nerd thing to be only an actor and not good at ball.
That's got to be way worse than not getting the role because, like, Chalamet's in everything.
Yeah.
Or The Rock won't stop making movies. Just stuff like that. Like, just imagine being in a movie because you just suck at ball.
I don't want to talk about The Rock. People really are like, man, The Rock just eats a lot of oatmeal. Bro, are you out of your goddamn mind?
Yeah.
You think a 50-year-old looks like that because he eats a lot? I hate that shit.
He eats Clen and he trends hard.
Dude. Yes, dude. This guy's keeping the hypodermic business in business, dude. It's insane. That pisses me off.
I'm okay with that. That is for our entertainment, and I'm okay.
Listen, I'm fine.
His entire body's going to dissolve in like 7 or 8 years, and that's fine.
If he's going to speed run organ failure, that's fine. I don't care about that at all. But people are like, if you work out real hard, brother, he's just one big muscle. He's like 52. That's not real.
He's got muscles in places I didn't know muscles were.
We're moving on. That pisses me off. Let's look at, unfortunately, what our worst scored baseball realism movies were. We have two different ones here. My worst score, 35 out of 100 Good Humor ice cream trucks on Mr. 3000. Probably just on the back of Bernie given one of the worst baseball performances on the whole.
It's bad. List. Love Bernie. It's not good. It's not good.
Really bad.
He was not hired for his baseball acumen in this.
And even what we talked about in the recap in our episode there, the situational stuff.
It just doesn't
T-Rex
make any
is
sense.
on second and there's a bunt and he gets home on that. That is, even with a throw to first, that is very questionable.
Oh yeah, like you'd have to have a pretty healthy lead. By pretty healthy, I mean like 60 feet.
Yeah, the baseball itself looks poor, and the situational baseball there is, it just doesn't make that much sense. But a funny movie nonetheless.
Very funny, surprisingly funny.
And your worst score was Rookie of the Year, which came across bad for everybody.
I don't know what that's. Hang on.
Mr. 3000?
I think I have one lower. I thought I did.
Mr. 3000 you had as 32 out of 100 velour tracksuits, but your lowest score was 2.8 out of 10 Mazda Miatas for Rookie of the Year.
That's right. Okay, I have them. I have my notes in backwards. I had to check them on my phone.
And again, suspension of disbelief on the kid breaking his arm and turning into not even Steve Nebraska, but the baseball does just look pretty poor in that movie as well.
It just looks terrible. And again, we all agree that like we're fine with a kid being a pitcher. 12-year-old, that has nothing to do with our scores. It does not affect our scores in any way.
So baseball realism, we went across the whole entire board here. I think the big takeaway from this first exercise of our 15 movies is, if you want your movie to look realistic in terms of baseball, kids, old-timey baseball, or just professional baseball players, right? If you don't have one of those things, you're getting 42 out of 100 lucky bags of seeds, and like that's it. That's just how it's going.
Yeah, deal with that. Don't know what to tell you, bud.
Let's transition over to, because you can have a movie that the baseball looks bad and it's still a good movie. So Chris, why don't you run us down some of the overall movie scores, because we too shared our top three, but we have some differences of opinions outside of that.
Do we have we did have the same top three. I'll start with a fairly controversial one, at least as far as our scores and the discrepancy. Our first episode, Field of Dreams. I ranked that at an 8.5 out of 10 finger guns. But you gave it a 6.5 out of 10 dead dads.
Yeah. Which, part of me thinks a few things. Number one, the hype for Field of Dreams is extremely high. And when I watched it, it was just not what I had anticipated. That's number one. So I think the expectations that I had did not do my movie score any favors. Number two, boy, oh boy, there are some bad baseball movies. And I think had this movie come later in the series, it might have gotten a slightly better score. However, I still don't think it would have gotten much higher than it did. And I'll be damned, didn't know it at the time. I thought the Dead Dads riff was just like gonna be a one-off. How in the world?
There are more dead dads in these movies than I remember. I knew there were a lot of like absentee fathers. Like, it's over half the movies, man.
It is.
We only meet like 3 dads.
Like, I thought that was a one-off, and it became a runner for our 15 episodes. And
that had nothing to do with the reason we like picked the movies, or the orders that we picked the movies. Had absolutely nothing to do with that. And then some movies have like multiple dead dads. There's like a dead dad and a dead grandfather. Like, it's not good.
It's crazy.
But Angels in the Outfield's nothing but orphans. And then we do get a dad, and he just smokes cigarettes in a foster home. He just walks in and just lights up a heater.
And then he says, "See you later, dweeb. I'm riding my Harley up the coast."
Hell, he's a cool guy.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's obviously a badass, but
yeah, because of that jacket. But like the Field of Dreams thing, like as a counterpoint to what you said, I hate you for not liking that movie because it's super good.
All right, listen, and
You're wrong, and I hate you.
A 6.5.
You just
is
ball
to
bagged
me,
my childhood.
it's a good score. It's not a bad score. Like any score over a 5 to me is a positive score. Like what did I give under a 5? Did I give anything under a 5?
No.
See, all right, Major League 2, spoiler alert, was my worst rated movie. And it was a 5.5. But I still would recommend that somebody watch it if they've watched the original Major League. There's no movies here that I would tell someone just to skip altogether. Right.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
Field of
I don't
Dreams is
think-
certainly
'cause
worth watching.
They're not all great, but there's anybody who has even a passing interest in baseball, I think, can find something to enjoy about all of these movies. Even though, like, we have a couple sequels, couple remakes. It's incredibly difficult to make a comedy sequel. First of all, the only person who's ever done it successfully is probably Michael Myers. Or I guess Michael is the big scary guy.
I mean, pretty much all of the Austin Powers are straight gas. They're amazing.
I'm not a gold member guy. Sorry, but
no, gold member's awesome, dude.
It's too many recycled jokes. It's hackneyed.
But
Wayne's World 2 might be the GOAT comedy sequel. It might be the GOAT sequel, period. It's either that, like Empire Strikes Back, or maybe like Rocky 2.
That's pretty fair. Wayne's World is awesome.
I love Wayne's World. Wayne's World 2 might be better.
Bro, Alice Cooper, his just little cameo in that.
We're not worthy.
Brushes me every time. Most importantly, with Field of Dreams, though, it set us up for the revered, the hallowed, the never to be done again Kevin Costner trifecta. And
the Kevin Costner trilogy.
This guy loves baseball. This guy freaking loves ball.
He loves baseball, and he loves making really expensive westerns that nobody sees that destroy his life and his marriage.
Worse or not worse than them cutting out the full frontal scene.
That is so funny, man. The fact that For the Love of the Game had full frontal nudity and they removed it from the final cut because the audience booed it.
This isn't aside. I was interviewing someone the other day, and
oh no,
I don't
like where this is going.
In the interview, he meant to say something about like head on or full on or something like that. He was going to tackle something, directly, and he said full frontal on accident in the middle of the interview, and I was like, brother, that is one, that's wrong, and number two, that's a crazy mistake to make. You can't be doing that.
I think Dr. Freud would have something to say about that man tackling a problem full frontal.
Full frontal. Yeah, you need. I agree.
Tell me about your mother.
All right, what do we have? We talked about our discrepancy on.
We also had a pretty big discrepancy on the Bad News Bears remake.
Yeah, I love the Bad News Bears remake.
I did. It's not that I didn't love the 2005 Bad News Bears. It's that it felt watered down. And like you had a ton of heat there. Billy Bob's the man. Like that is the only choice. And I said it in the episode. This is like the height of Billy Bob Thornton's like white trash powers. This is the bad Santa era, and like this Billy was the only choice. But like I don't know, everything else kind of felt just forced, like a little too much, and at the same time not enough. And not because the children aren't constantly spouting racial slurs, which was jarring.
Chris, let's be real here. There's just not enough slurs in it for you.
If there were more slurs, I probably would have ranked it higher. If the kids were way more culturally, racially, just pick anything to that, like insensitive, then I'm in. However, they neutered those kids because of woke.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean,
it's the woke mob.
Imagine if they put a kid who was in a wheelchair in the first movie. Holy, we couldn't even talk about it. My God.
But it just kind of misses the mark. I think they make it too much about Billy Bob, if we're being honest.
Sure.
Because like Mathau is, they play the same character, but it's more about the kids, and the kids all do a pretty nice job in that movie. Tatum O'Neal already had an Academy Award.
That actually is a great point. I think in the original, he's pretty far gone. Like he's pretty irredeemable, and it's made clear early on in the remake that Buttermaker is like on his redemption arc. And like that's I buy that. I like that. I think that's
it can be summed up. It can be summed up by the end of the movie, where in the 76 Bad News Bears, after the kids lose they lose the title game because Kelly gets thrown out at home, and I'm glad they kept the same ending. I'm glad the Bears don't win. They all start cracking beers. They're taking beers out of Butterworth's cooler, and in the remake they grab the beers, but then the beers they make a point to be like, oh, these are non-alcoholic beers. That's the difference.
I need more crime.
It's just that's the difference. Also, Kelly doesn't smoke cigs in the remake, even though he only kind of smokes cigs in the OG.
They had to get around those FCC restrictions. He had that half-smoked cig he just kept in his hand the whole time.
Woke mob.
That's it. It started back in the 70s, man. We used to be a country, a proper country, with station wagons and wallpaper. God damn it.
Not a seatbelt to be seen.
Containers only open. Let's get into the heavy hitters here. Let's start to talk about the movies that made the top of our lists. So we disagreed on Field of Dreams. We disagreed on Bad News Bears remake. Which ones made the bottom of our list, actually? Let's see.
Major League 2 was at the bottom. Little Big League was way down there for us.
Yeah, Major League 2 actually was at the bottom
Baseball
of both.
Mr. 3000 rather.
Mr. 3000, yeah.
Mr. Baseball scored shockingly high for a movie that you had never seen and I hadn't seen in 15 years, probably, maybe even more. I'm going to go on a limb here and say that Mr. Baseball rules.
Yeah, Mr. Baseball, definitely the biggest surprise pick, I think, of this entire 15-movie run for me. Filmed in Japan, that's sick. It featured a ton of Japanese players. It featured one of the literal goats of Japanese cinema in his like 200th role.
That was his 200th movie.
Yeah, he won the
200th role, because I think that also includes television. Because make it 200, he's not that old. That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, he won their Oscar equivalent 4 times. Like, it paid homage perfectly, I think, to the actors and the individuals who were involved in Japanese baseball and cinema. It was filmed there, and yeah, it just had Dennis Haysbert in between Major League 1 and 2, just an American baseball guy, and then your stereotypical jock American with a big old mustache. And
stash.
All the stuff and the weird translational errors just make it incredible. Big Hit Happy Body is the funniest thing ever. Gutsball,
and the fact they still make commercials that kind of look like that.
Yeah, it's
getting an American actor in a Japanese commercial it's 100%er, man. That's going to hit the internet. People are going to eat it up.
And like, if you listen,
Cena almost got canceled for that.
If you listen to the vernacular that we use before and after, we probably said party action in every episode after Mr. Baseball.
Buddy, I say it out loud all the time.
It's so funny.
Like, we said it, and then in the Major League episode, Braden just started saying it. Now he says party action.
It's awesome, right? Like,
I don't even know he knows what it's from. I should text him.
That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, the movie itself is not some groundbreaking piece of cinema, but like, it's fun. It's way different than any other baseball movie that we watched. It tackles a subject that no other baseball movie does, right? It's not just like this guy sucks and he's getting good now. It's like this guy sucks and he's getting good now, but he has to learn a whole entire new culture and respect their customs and, give people the hot foot.
And then he gets a hot foot.
That's
it's the culture is being bridged by hazing.
I like it a lot. The scene where they're going to the parents' house and they're shooting over the fields, and then they're in the house, and it was a surprise for me. I picked it because I thought it was going to be bad. Like I literally said to you, we need to pick a real bad one to watch.
It has one of the great movie posters of all time. One where he's like the Godzilla-sized Selleck, kind of like leaning into the stadium. It does a surprisingly good job for a movie that came out when it did of respecting the culture, like the foreign culture, and making the joke kind of beyond the dumb American stereotype.
Big time.
Which is not what I was expecting because, like, listen, I'm a big Michael Keaton fan. I'm from Western Pennsylvania. I've seen Gung Ho. Doesn't do a great job of not being incredibly racist. It struggles with that, and it's incredibly racist.
Even another feather in the hat of Mr. Baseball is it does all of that and it still shits on Cleveland, which is so sick. I mean,
like a bunch of times.
Yeah. Which is just so great. So great. Shout out Mr. Baseball. You know what? I'm going to give that I'm just making up superlatives now. We didn't talk about this at all, but this is a surprise movie of the season for me.
Okay.
This is the surprise movie of the season for me.
I'm inclined to agree with you, man.
I literally was looking at movie posters and I said, this can't be good. There's no way. And it was a surprise.
I might try to find that poster. I want the one in Japanese, though.
Yeah. Very good.
I'm going to try to find that. I would like to have a print of that. Put it on my big baseball wall.
That's the surprise movie of the year. So I guess we're adding superlatives now. We're really just riffing on this episode. That
is literally how our the sponsorship and rating system started.
Yep. All of this is just very whose line is it anyway? Let's see. Now we got the heavy hitters now though, because starting all of this, and I said this a couple episodes ago, I don't necessarily rate all these baseball movies on the same scale that I would rate a movie that I go watch outside of a baseball movie, right? I think they're in a separate context. And to me, there's very few that will bridge the gap completely and entirely, where I'm like, this holds up with like a serious movie that I would watch, right? Like Moneyball, non-baseball people will watch Moneyball, right? And like it. But like non-baseball people probably aren't going to watch Mr. Baseball ever, nor have they ever heard of it, nor do they have any interest in watching it, right?
Yeah.
But now we're getting to some movies that definitely bridge the gap that your average movie watcher and non-ball player or knower would watch, like,
I also am now noticing a shortcoming on my part and a glaring omission. I didn't put The Sandlot on there.
Oh boy. That is true.
I did not get to that. I don't know where that got lost in translation.
Right, I know Sandlot's number one across the board. It's the best movie that's ever been made.
I know for a fact it is not our number one. I think for you it would have slotted into number 3, and for me I think it would have tied for 4th. Looking at Kel Nombres.
Well,
we can talk about Sandlot as an honorable mention since I forgot to do it. Fantastic movie, absolutely fantastic, and it's one that pretty much everybody has seen. This is one that it came out in that sweet spot of like the 92, 94 era when it was just nothing but baseball movies. It was The Lockout, which that I kind of I was cooking up. Like maybe that's why we got so many baseball movies, because we had the summer off. it's a coming of age story more than it's about baseball. Again, it's about, a kid that just desperately wants to fit in. He's moved across the country. Dead dad, gotta have that. Is dad dead? I think dad's dead. There's just no dad, but we assume dad's dead.
And stepdad is away on business.
Yeah, he's a businessman doing business. He's a Globe salesman. But no, everybody's kind of been in that situation. It speaks to just childhood in general. There's like a little touch of whimsy. It has all these great moments. It does have sexual assault in it, which is unfortunate.
That is true.
Yeah.
We're not condoning that.
No.
It is bad.
It's bad. Don't do that. Don't do the fake dead for kiss thing.
I went
not
to
good. Even though it did work out for Squints, which makes it worse somehow.
I was just gonna say, went to we do a film club at work, and we watched a movie the other day, La Piscine, which is a French movie, where a swimming pool, which is what La Piscine means, is the main setting of the movie. And one of the questions we were discussing was, what other movies have either a setting at a swimming pool or great swimming pool scenes? And I said, well, obviously, the number one is Sandlot. It has to be. If you think of swimming pool scenes in movies, that is number one.
It's way up there.
Like, what else could you think of? That's the one.
There's the what was it? The Phoebe Cates topless swimming pool scene.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's actually,
but that's
that
not
up there.
Yeah, but that's not like the movie's not about the swimming pool. That's just a fantasy.
That is a swimming pool scene, though.
There was an M. Night Shyamalan swimming pool movie, right? Wasn't there like a mermaid involved? I don't remember that one.
I don't know.
The girl in the water. Yeah, like at a hotel, and the girl's like a mermaid. Paul Giamatti's in it. I'll have to look that one up.
Ball knower, Paul Giamatti. Big time ball knower.
Big time.
Big time ball knower. All right. Well, we have the omission of Sandlot. That's probably in my top three, I'd have to say, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yours might be top three. I'm pretty sure it's top three.
Nevertheless, we're going to continue with the rest of the movie scores. Our top three are the same. They're ordered separately. Oh, no, our top three are not the same, actually. We have one discrepancy.
I was going to say, we have one different.
So your bronze is my gold.
Yeah, my bronze is League of Their Own, correct?
That is correct. With an 8.6 out of 10, 53-second Ps. And I gave it an 8.9 out of 10 children with foot fetishes. Let's talk about why this one's so good, because it's your third. It's my first.
I think number one is just purely rewatchability. This is a very fun movie to watch. Like it's a collection of like super entertaining parts by very talented people. And that's really what you're looking for in a movie.
I would completely agree.
It's also a period piece, which is nice.
The pacing was great. The emotion was great. The baseball and the situational stuff was great. I think it contains the best scene in any movie that we watched, which is the scene at the Suds bucket.
That scene kicks ass.
Like, I really don't think there's any other singular scene that's as good as that one from a movie perspective. A lot of stuff is happening to move the plot forward. There's a lot of character development going on. The music is good. The cinematography is awesome in that scene. Really, really good.
It's a great like bar scene. Lots of movies have that scene. They generally call it like a campfire scene, just where you can get everybody into one location, and it's just kind of like a hasty excuse to get them all together. And initially it was campfire. Contemporary movies, it's a bar or a restaurant where it just gets everybody sitting down at the table and it's believable. But it's a great way to progress the plot, and at no point does that feel forced, because it's the girls are cooped up, they want to get out, they want to let their hair down. They're not allowed to drink, smoke, do anything fun, so they go out to drink, smoke, dance, sing, laugh, have fun.
And Marla meets her husband.
Correct.
Crazy. Great movie. Great
Shout out
scene.
Marla Hooch.
What a hitter.
What a hitter.
What a hitter. We have the same second place movie, Chris. And I would venture to say that this is probably the majority of people's favorite baseball movie, which is Major League. We each gave it the same score, as a matter of fact, 8.7. Mine was dangly earrings. Yours was Vagisills. We talked about this one at length with Dallas Braden. Shout out.
Shout out 209.
Shout out all of our guests here. Noah Hiles, Alex Stumpf, Dallas Braden. Huge fans of the game. We're huge fans of them. They were all three eager and interested in hopping on the pod to chop it up with us. So big shout out to all of our guests as well.
I also want to tip the cap to those guys because they approached us to be on here. Like it's cool to watch people that know ball professionally get a chance to just not really talk about it. And it shows. Like I can't thank those three enough for coming on. The energy was super positive. It was cool to watch you guys to work with professionals. But no, that was really cool. So thank you so much, gentlemen. That really means a lot. Thanks for helping us out and chopping it up with us about some cinema.
As soon as we told Stump that we were doing this, he goes, well, I need to be on Moneyball. It was like instantaneously.
He called dibs on Moneyball.
Like literally the day we announced it. Dibs on Moneyball. Shout out Stump.
I don't even think we had even settled on this being a real thing. I think we just brought up the idea that we might do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like dibs on Moneyball.
That's the homie, man. Love Stump.
He's the GOAT. My sweet Al.
Love him. Major League is great for many reasons. At the time, very kind of novel idea. Just a ragtag bunch of guys who maybe there's something of a good baseball player in there, but they have various either off the field problems, ego problems, whatever it might be. But it doesn't just lump them all together, right? The character development of each of the characters, giving them each their own plot, their own little kind of storyline, watching them develop through that. That's why the first one was just so good to me. It's funny, it's serious at parts, and each character is not just they're not just look at all these idiots. They each have a bunch of great character development of their own, which is, I think, what fails so much in the second movie, but why the first one's so good.
And it's different in the fact that, we've seen there are a lot of baseball movies about a bad baseball team that becomes good. Bad News Bears, for example, the original Angels in the Outfield in the 50s. This is different in that it's a team that's bad on purpose. So it's not like happenstance and this is the only place to this is like a malicious act, and the team overcomes that. So it's cool to watch these guys kind of, find that synergy, to really become a team, and at the same time just being legitimately funny.
Very legitimately funny. I wish the second one was better, but it is what it is.
The second one is not. Listen, like we said, comedy sequels difficult. The second one not good, but it has what did we say? 6. It's a movie with 6 very good jokes, and it takes 90 minutes to tell them.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, shout out Lou Bryan. Shout out Lou Bryan.
It has a whole new guy. Wesley Snipes just is not in it.
You're a comedy movie. Make a joke about that in the movie.
It's not ready to break the fourth wall.
They need to break the fourth wall.
They changed too many characters. It is a shame. They do make Roger Dorn an idiot. Just a dope.
Yeah. I watched a horror movie the other day that the whole point of the movie was the breaking of the fourth wall, and it was pretty interesting. Funny games. It's an interesting one.
Check that out. How was Deadpool and Wolverine?
Brother, if you see me watch Deadpool and Wolverine, just know that an invasion of the body snatchers has happened, and you need to put me down instantly.
Blink twice if Ryan Reynolds kidnapped you.
If I watch a Marvel movie,
he kidnapped you like a Welsh soccer team.
If I'm watching a Marvel movie, Donald Sutherland is running around trying to stop the end of the world, and somewhere Jeff Goldblum is getting turned into a plant-human hybrid. That's what's happening. Shout out Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
There's the dog with the person face. Don't need that. Don't need that,
brother.
You guys should watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers because it's really, really good. There was one that came out in like the mid '80s that they used to show it on the Sci-Fi Channel. I can't find a hard copy of it anywhere. Might be the best one.
Yeah, there's like a lot of versions.
There's a lot of it's because it's a very good trope. It's the field of dreams of this.
It is. It's go watch that though. If you like sci-fi apocalypse dystopian future end of the worlds, it's pretty up there for me.
Yeah, if you just want to be like really unsettled for 2 hours, watch Donald Sutherland just be a scary guy.
Just running around. Everyone's a plant person. All right. We have
if Donald Sutherland can review what's in characters with Donald Sutherland.
Let's get to. You know, I just found out that that's Kiefer Sutherland's dad. I had no idea.
How did you just find that?
I don't know, man. I don't think about Kiefer Sutherland that much. I watched Stand By Me the other day, and it's like I found out he was a Nepo baby. And I was
what
like,
about 24,
crazy.
Bro? What about 24?
24 is cool. In Stand By Me, he's like, we killed this guy. Spoiler alert. What should we do when all these kids find this dead body? What if we killed a bunch of children?
Yeah, what? Here's an idea.
Crazy.
But I get where he's coming from. No witnesses, man. Killing a guy got us into this mess, and killing a guy is going to get us out of it.
Kiefer Sutherland, Nepo baby. Shout out though. He was the president. No, he wasn't the president. Was he the president?
Or no, he was Jack Bauer. He was the
just taking care of the president.
The James Bond guy. Well, except that one time the president exploded. Shout out Haysbert.
Now, your my third place movie is Angels in the Outfield, but I actually think that it's probably Sandlot. Angels in the Outfield.
I believe that's correct.
You know, we talked about how the cast is like the craziest cast ever. It's like almost sickeningly sweet and feel good, but to the point where it like actually makes like it's just everything you want it to be. You know what's gonna happen, and it still just hits. Like it's awesome.
Disney. It's Disney, man. They know how they've got a system and it works.
It's very good. So we've talked about my first, second, third, you know, A League of Their Own, which was your third. Angels in the Outfield was my third, probably Sandlot. My second, Major League, which was also your second. Your number one, which was an honorable mention for me, was Bull Durham. So explain to me why that came in as your number one. Because, you know, it was fourth or fifth for me, but not my number one.
Bull Durham has always been one of my favorites. I'll tell you why. It's because it is one of the most smartly written movies that we have. I legitimately give a shit about everybody. Everybody stays in their lane. And it's got Annie. And I'll be honest, like Annie's a way better character than Crash or Nuke. And it's really not close.
Not close.
But yeah, she carries so much of that movie. We didn't do them back to back, but it would have been interesting to watch kind of the dichotomy if we would have done Bull Durham, where it's Annie's entire character is sexual agency. And if we would have carried that over into A League of Their Own, which is set in the 40s, whenever, that's really not a thing. Because the one thing they say right off the bat is no men. But just to watch two movies that are incredibly sympathetic to female characters, which, listen, there's a lot of baseball movies in here that have women who are very, very obviously written by men.
Yeah.
Like two of the movies straight up have like damsels in distress. Like For the Love of the Game. Like that's, oh my God, man. Oh God, that poor woman had to act out that dialogue.
That's a tough one. That's For Love of the Game was,
which I really like that movie. I really, really like that movie. But that relationship is just awful. It's terrible.
It's two of the worst people you've ever seen in your entire
And again, like, I don't dislike either of the people in For the Love of the Game. I do not think they should be dating.
I think I dislike both of them, actually. That's just me.
Listen, if you watch a dude throw a perfect game, you'd be really happy about it. It's not like he's Domingo Herman.
What is it?
Ex-Bucco's legend and in the perfect club.
No. What is it? Release the mechanism.
Clear the mechanism.
Clear the mechanism. That part's hard. That part's sick.
That movie kicks ass.
And
it's got sick, like, old school Detroit. Like, she has like the windbreaker on, where it has the really big tiger on the arm. Like, oh yeah, great.
Dude, when I'm on the mound in my slow pitch softball games, and Adam Shore is just looking at me, hoping that I throw somebody a ball that will land right in his glove, I'm going to be thinking to myself in my mind, cleared the mechanism, as I just deliver the slowest, most highest arcing pitch you've ever seen in your entire life. Those are the top three for us on the movie scores. My number 3, Angels in the Outfield, probably Sandlot. My number 2, Major League. My number 1, A League of Their Own. That stands up there with many of the movies I watched in the last year and a half, to be honest with you. Fire movie.
Wow.
Your top 3, League of Their Own 3rd, Major League 2nd, Bull Durham 1st. We watched some really good ones. So a couple more moments of tomfoolery and whimsy before we wrap up for today. We're going to do a couple things here. We're going to talk about our favorite rankings, the actual scales that we used, because there's some hilarious ones in there. And then we're going to do a bit of a draft or a power rank of these movies to see where we personally rate them. So Chris, let's talk about the rankings, because there were some really funny ones on there that kind of became a gag in the first one, and we never really planned on it beforehand, but it became one of my favorite parts about the pod.
I was going to say it is one of my favorite things that we just kind of were out here winging, like, for sure. And it was just because we realized that we wanted to do scores, but we didn't really know how to rank them. We're like, we'll just make them up.
Yeah.
None of this matters. We're 2 schlubs. It's not like we know what the hell we're talking about.
We're not.
I just own a lot of movies.
Siskel and Ebert, man. You know, we could never be.
We could be. I'm fat enough.
Dude, I've been this is the most nerd lame shit that I've done in the last probably 2 years. I've been going on YouTube and watching old episodes of the Siskel and Ebert show, watching them review movies.
They can be brutal, dude.
I don't have enough sweater vests for that.
Very sweater vest heavy.
You know, I just don't have enough sweater vests for that.
But I like to consider myself the Gene Siskel to your Roger Ebert.
I think that's fair. You know what, though? An opinion that is commonly shared between the 3 of us, and Roger Ebert gave this movie, it didn't make his top list, and he didn't give it a thumbs up, but Siskel did. 4 out of 4 thumbs up. The Blues Brothers. Shot at
one of the best, man.
Because Siskel's a Chicago guy. That's
it's a homer pick, but he's still right.
He's still right. Bro, tell me a movie where they're like, let's destroy 200 cop cars. Will never happen again.
No, it'll be all CGI and AI now.
If you use AI, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I'm putting my stamp on it right now. If you use AI, you're a traitor to the human race.
You don't get to enjoy art if you're using a computer to do the only thing humanity has ever done that's, like, good.
It's what makes us us. If you use AI, you're a traitor to the human race. And I beg you, watch a movie. Watch a goddamn movie. Watch a movie about AI. None of them end well. Not one of them. No one's like, and this made everyone's life way easier, and everyone got to work less and live a life full of peace and joy. Not one.
And that's whenever artificial intelligence in these science fiction movies were, for like the betterment of humanity and not just a way for people to launder money.
Go watch iRobot. Go watch Terminator. All right.
Yeah, Terminator. Yeah, they talk a lot about what happens whenever you just let a computer just have the army. Not good.
It's bad, Chris.
It's not great.
Let's talk about our ranks. You wanna pick a couple and I'll pick a couple?
I have mine in no particular order.
Yeah.
This one whenever I did my re-listens, this one really hit hard. Back of the Bus smut.
Yeah.
Huge fan of the Back of the Bus smut. Shout out League of Their Own whenever they are teaching is it Ellen? No.
Shirley Baker. She's illiterate, and they're teaching Madonna's character is teaching her to read. So all the way May is teaching her with the only books that she has, and they are like dime store romance novels. Listen, brother.
And as she's sounding it out, she's milky white, and then just like blushes. May turns the page like, here, it gets really good after this.
1944, 2026. Everything has changed. Everything stayed the same, brother.
It's all gone stayed the same circle.
They just got dragons in them now. That's it.
No, they just don't have like Fabio on the cover.
It's a knight.
Just shirtless pirate hunks, swashbuckling.
Speaking of, look out for our calendar coming up this year.
This is going to be the year it happens. I think I have enough guys on board.
Boy, oh boy.
Do you think Sax will do it? We got to get Sax in there.
There is a 0% chance.
I know, but I need the marketability of Sax.
Sax might go pantsless with the windbreaker on, though. That might be it.
That could be the move. Could be the move. Right. I'm going to jot that down, the old legal pad.
Pantsless Sax.
I'm going to put a question mark. I'll put a period because this is happening.
That's it. Shout out AMC Waterfront.
We'll get some Daisy Dukes on them.
Let me pick one here. I'm going to save my favorite for last, but the one that really got me was out of the blue when we were watching The Rookie. You gave me a 6.9 out of 10 crypto nuns, which is awesome because
that was part of a joke that we had in the episode.
That is. There were nuns in the movie for sure, but crypto nuns.
They leveraged all their savings into an oil well that eventually paid off through dubious means. We do believe. Love a
crypto nun.
Crypto nuns. I'm going to shout out this one, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't have it off the top of my head which movie it is from. I think it's Field of Dreams, but you hit us early on with Dead Dads.
Yeah,
and Dead Dads became an incredible theme through these movies. I'm going to go through the list here and see how many of these movies have no dad, deadbeat dad.
Yeah, that was Field of Dreams. I thought so. Again, that started off the runner that I did not think was going to last for that. I thought that was a one-off joke. And then I realized that to make a baseball movie, it has to just be, there has to be some sort of familial trauma going on here. It's just too many of the movies if we're being really honest here.
Dude, it's so many. It's Sandlot, Field of Dreams, Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, The Scout, which isn't on there. I know I have those written down too. The Scout kind of flew under the radar for us. Albert Brooks is super funny. But other than that, like it's more of just an Albert Brooks movie than his baseball movie, because the baseball is the most unbelievable, where it's about a pitcher that only throws 27 strikeouts on 3 pitches apiece in the World Series.
Yep.
If you like Albert Brooks, if you like guys that are super funny and spaghetti briefcases, then that is definitely the movie for you.
Spaghetti Briefcases is amazing.
Which was not a ranking; it was a sponsor.
It was a sponsor. That is correct.
And I have a couple sponsors written down. We will thank a couple of our sponsors at the end of the movie. Or the end of the episode, rather.
I think that Your rating of the rookie gave me 2 all-timers, in my opinion, because you also had 6 out of 10 old teens on that. Because
those those teenagers are 30, bro.
Yeah, they didn't even try. They went straight Grease approach on that. They were like, they're 35-year-old John Travolta. Actually, he's 16. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Everybody's just got 5 o'clock shadow. We did also talk about how those kids were coming from the plant.
They just got off a shift cracking coal. Now they're down here.
If I lose this game, my wife's gonna kill me. But yeah, we're supposed to believe that those are anywhere from like 15 to 18 years old. No. And like the one dude on the other team is just like that kid plays for Altoona.
Yeah, that kid thought it was his chance to like make the bigs.
Yeah, like that kid was yoked and 28 years old.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, correct. I know what my favorite one is. That's of the whole entire series. What do you got, Chris? Do you have a favorite that you haven't mentioned yet?
I also have Old Teens. I was a big fan of Old Teens. I don't know why it cracks me up, but you had in the Bad News Bears open containers.
Yeah,
and I don't know that would just containers. It's just open containers, and like I think it's great in that it sums it up. It's not like a super niche reference. We have a lot of super niche references. I also want to give a shout out to Talking Sausages from Mr. 3000, which is very funny that we did realize that is Dane Cook. You never see his face. It's Dane Cook. That is very much a sign of the times. But the Talking Sausage that goes from being a huge Bernie Mac fan to his arch nemesis because of a scene in a men's room, incredible.
Very good.
Incredible.
A couple of honorable mentions for me. I did like velour tracksuits.
Oh yeah, Mr. 3000.
Did like velour tracksuits. I did like dubious home run records as well.
It was
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham, yeah, because he's going to break the minor league record.
Bags of hair, guts balls. Weird Lonely Nephews. But my favorite one of the whole entire first season of JABO has to be, without a doubt, from Major League 2, which is crazy that the worst movie of the bunch gave us the best rating, in my opinion. 51 out of 100 High Fashion Goons. Love that one. Easily my favorite.
Those poor bastards, man. Just those two dudes are just in the background wearing the most ridiculous outfits you've ever seen in your entire life. Shout out those guys who don't have any lines.
Nope. They just stand there and look crazy.
Because she like kind of has goons in the first one, but she also has like the general manager. And this one it's just goons.
These guys just stepped off of the Rick Owens spring-summer 1998 runway right into the clubhouse of the Cleveland Indians. I mean, it's insane.
Major League 2 is a very lazy movie, and that's a very lazy joke, but it is funny.
It's awesome.
And just wearing the weirdest shit you've ever seen. And it's like a comedic attempt at high fashion because they'll be like, wearing a tuxedo that's like clearly just has the collar cut out.
A lot of shoulder pads going on, I think.
Ton of shoulder pads. That's sign up times.
Let's hear from some of our favorite sponsors here, and then we'll get into the a bit of a draft, and then we can sign off on the first season of JABO.
Yeah. Mr. Baseball was sponsored by Big Hit Happy Body.
Yeah, all time.
The fictional product therein, just an all-timer, man. I love the Big Hit Happy Body commercial where he goes from like samurai, sumo wrestler, businessman, back to baseball player.
Yeah.
Little Big League was brought to us by MLB Dad.
Yeah.
Because it was our second movie in a row. Whenever, if you have a dead dad, your new dad can just be a baseball player on your team. It was Gary Busey and then Timothy Busfeld. And it didn't quite age the best.
Not great.
I said, who would you rather have as an MLB dad? And you're like, anybody but Gary Busey. And I believe I said, I don't know what Timothy Busfeld does outside of the movie. It's got to be him. Well,
surely nothing questionable with children.
Well, he's currently awaiting trial for assaulting children.
You know, Christopher, hindsight, they say, is 2020.
Wow.
I mean,
there's a big win for Busey. And
looking
like,
at,
I will eat my crow on this one because, like, if you're gonna guess something, I guess the writing should have been on the wall in Field of Dreams. Whenever he just straight kills a kid and then the kid undies. Yeah, it just a magic doctor
about that.
Fixes the
nuts.
kid. Yeah, she's dead.
Child off of the bleachers.
If they show her, she's dead. Like that, like they make her really, really blue. It's not good.
She's looking like
that movie was also brought to us by Korn.
Korn.
It's in everything. Bad News Bears was brought to you by Beers for Kids.
And then the Run Back brought to you by The Same Thing.
The Same Thing. Did you like that first thing? Try The Same Thing.
Very good.
Big Hit Happy Body was great. For the Love of the Game was brought to you by Things Middle-Aged White Guys Like, which is even funnier because the book is by the author of the movie is Gettysburg, but the book is The Killer Angel. So the Civil War, that's a thing middle-aged white guys really like.
100%.
I'm in my midlife crisis. I did not pick the American Civil War. I did pick smoking meat as my midlife crisis thing. So yeah,
that's way better.
I can agree. I think I can agree. Even though I did go to Gettysburg like 2 years ago for the first time, it's sick. I get it.
You might have to mess around and maybe smoke a little bit of cheese.
I was just talking about that yesterday, my friend. I have a cheese plan.
The cheese, that's by the way, incredible band name, The Cheese Plan.
Plan.
When we put together our two-man ensemble, we'll be called The Cheese Plan. Shout out to
a league of their own. Yeah, I was going to say, your cat, she's just like posed up back there now. Look at her.
She's been going psycho every episode. Shout out to my cat, Eve.
It is very funny when I'm trying to focus and I can just see your cat just bebopping around on the back. Just like when she was like climbing the door was really funny.
Just doing parkour.
And then A League of Their Own did not have a brand sponsor, but we did unearth a newsreel. And it was about war bonds and buying the Harvey bar that's even good enough for fat kids.
Oh, love that. My personal favorite, and it's one that I wrote up. I just thought it was so funny because we had one we did. What was this in? Bad News Bears 76. One of your rankings was shameless product placements. However, there was not a more shameless product placement than Reebok in The Rookie. And I had to
there's a lot of Reebok in The Rookie, and the Reebok ad's very good.
Every time he toes the rubber, baseball term, they zoom in on the Reebok logo, and it is ridiculous. It's too much.
They do get some really heavy hitters as sponsors in Bad News Bears 76. Because in 2005, they're not, it's more like local stuff. And it's not a bail bond agency, which is kind of a slap in the face. What was it in? Oh, wasn't it the strip club?
It was the strip club, which was also a great ranking of ours. Friends named Paradise.
I have that as an honorable mention. But yeah, it's like Hardee's and it was like a drugstore. What's a Pizza Hut? This big?
Yeah, Pizza Hut. So let's get down to brass tacks. You want to do a power ranking, or should we do
Let's do a draft.
Okay,
let's do a draft, and then we'll leave it to the people to decide.
You want to go 3 or 5?
Let's do 5.
Let's do 5.
We'll do pretty quick on the clock. Let me see. I should have a coin here we can flip. Oh, I do. Hang on.
While Chris is getting this coin, we want to thank all of our faithful and loyal listeners. Let's give a couple shout outs before we go into the draft here. I know a couple regular listeners that I have to give shout outs to. Shout out number 1, first and foremost, my mom.
Shout out moms. Shout out moms. I already have a shout out moms note. I love that.
In addition to that, also a mom shout out, Mrs. Smith, huge fan, big
That's
shout
awesome.
out. Shout out Danny, A1 day one supporter of Bucko Banter, all things, all pods, the whole nine. Probably
we didn't officially dedicate League of Their Own to Danny, right? Wasn't that Danny call out?
That was a Danny. That was probably the most vital, loyal, faithful consumer of all Bucko Banter content. Shout out Danny, big time.
Yeah, no, for sure. Danny's a real one.
And shout out everyone else at Bucko Banter. Shout out the two amigos, Scott and Shore. Shout out Sax Boy. Shout out everybody involved with Bucko Banter, who's going to talk about real baseball stuff coming up here very soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you guys got to talk about real stuff, not nerd stuff with us. Even though I'm pitching the idea of an all-star break feature, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Little shorty.
You might, I know the boys were cooking up something for us, Chris. They haven't really said what it is yet, but we might be pitched a new idea. We're the talent now, right? They pitch stuff to us.
We're content creators now. We're tastemakers.
For all of you guys that want to, for all of our listeners here, that those dweebs talking about stats and baseball and sports and all that stuff, that's
grow up. Baseball's for babies.
For those of you who are the faithful listeners and want to watch a couple high art films and pieces of cinema,
your cat just ran behind you so fast, dude.
Dude, she's setting land speed records.
We were just talking about
Carl Lewis. Who?
That was the fastest. Who? That is the fastest land animal of all time,
dude. Somebody told me the other day that their dog could beat my cat in a race, and I said, "You are out of your mind." Watch one episode of JABO and talk to me. But for all of you fans of Chris and I, there might be something cooking up for the regular season. We'll see. I can't promise anything, but
I don't even know what this is.
I don't know what it is either, but Shore told me about it the other day. Okay. So stay tuned for that. There's all kinds of content coming down the line here. Let's start the rank. Flip the coin. You want to call it? You want me to call it?
I'm going to let you call it. Here is coin. It's like a little stage coin. So that's there's like a bird or something on it. I don't know. Somebody gave this to me years ago at an event, and I just use it as a prop. So the thing that kind of looks like, I think it's a bird. I don't know. Bird things, heads, and then squiggly is tails.
I'm doing squiggly tails. That never fails for me.
Oh, it's squiggly.
All right. I mean,
it's squiggly. You get the first pick. All right.
This is just a lock for me.
I know exactly where you're going. 1-1.
I'm going League of Their Own. It has to be.
There it is.
It's so good. It's so good for me.
It's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. Like I said, it's a phenomenal movie. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't think of a bad thing to say about a League of Their Own, except that it sucks and my movie's better. And I'm going Major League.
I mean, yeah, that's probably on the board. Many people's 1-1.
It is my favorite. It's not the best movie on the list, but it is my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that I'm going to go. See, now it's interesting.
Sandlot and The Scout are still on the board.
Yeah, I'm going
even
Sandlot.
Though they didn't make the list.
I'm going Sandlot here. Has to be.
That's a solid one. I'm going to try to sneak one here. I'm going Moneyball.
See, that's a great pick. If you didn't go Moneyball,
I'm playing defense. Like,
if you didn't go Moneyball, I just win the draft, and that's
because you started off very strong.
That's a great pick for you.
Okay.
See, my third pick now, I could go a couple different ways here, right? Do we pander? We might be pandering.
You can pander a little bit.
I have a pander pick here.
I think I know what your pander pick is, and I thought about it too.
See, then we have to think. There's a couple kids ones. I'm going to pander. And even though it's not high up on my list, we're going Field of Dreams.
Son of a bitch. I thought for sure I could sneak that one in the third and fourth round because you didn't like it. That's a great one, man. Yeah, so I took Moneyball. I was going to take Field of Dreams in the second round, I took Moneyball instead because I knew you liked Moneyball. So I'm kind of doing like what the Dodgers did. And they're like, oh, you want a thing? I'm just going to take it first. Now it's my thing. I don't even need it, but it's my thing.
No baseball in a couple of years, thanks to the Dodgers.
It's the Dodgers' fault. It's their fault. And I get that the Dodgers are in a unique, like truly a 1-1 situation. Like they just have an infinite money glitch with a TV deal where they basically get $350 million for free every year. But yeah, it's their fault.
Yep.
I mean, listen, if I had a free $350 million, I would spend it on a bunch of Shohei Ohtanis.
100%. Absolutely.
But also, yeah, we can't have that because you're the only team that can do it. So whenever we don't play baseball for 2 seasons, you can thank the Dodgers. My third pick. Still got some heat on this board, man. I'm going Durham.
I thought I could sneak it. You've been playing big time defense out here.
I'm going Bull Durham. Annie's my girl, man.
See, now I thought I had one here, but now I don't. Do we go? All right. I'm going to go Angels in the outfield.
I thought I could get that one.
If I can get my last one, I'm going to be real hype here. I think I know what you're going with.
That was a good one.
Angels
in the outfield go to the 4th round is wild.
It is. And we got some heavy hitters left. There's a couple. If I can sneak through and get my last one here, I'm good. I think I'm going to be
some heat. I'm going OG, man. I'm going Bad News Bears 76.
Okay. I had you clocked for that one. Now,
because it rules.
This one is this is kind of a layup for me now, I think. I'm just going to go Little Big League.
There you go. Yeah, that's so whenever we did Rookie of the Year in Little Big League, I watched the wrong movie because they're both essentially the same thing.
They are very similar, and Little Big League is just far superior. The baseball score is way better. The movie score is way better.
And as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, when's this kid going to break his arm? They even kind of look the same.
They do. Your last pick, Mr. Miller.
Oh, man. I'm going to go, man. After this, we can do a Mr. Irrelevant one for something that didn't get picked. Oh, man. I got to make this one count. I was going to say there was an avenue for me to get the Kevin Costner trilogy.
There was.
Yeah, the outfield, man. Oh man. I'm going to go for the love of the game.
Okay.
With my 5th round pick.
I think, yeah, there's a world where I really wanted to have the Bad News Bears remake, but unfortunately that was just not in the cards for.
No, I think we have some pretty solid teams. I think we got some, we're good up the middle. The rotation's strong.
So to run that off for you all one time, my team, A League of Their Own, Sandlot, Field of Dreams, Angels in the Outfield, and Little Big League. Chris's team, Major League, Moneyball, Bull Durham, Bad News Bears, 76, and For Love of the Game. We'll do a poll or something on.
And these are only out of the movies we reviewed. There are more baseball movies, not a ton of them that are good. I mean, listen, there's a ton of baseball movies. A lot of them are really, really old. They don't really hold up as well, with the exception of like Pride of the Yankees. There's a lot of like pretty crummy ones. We did skip a couple. We didn't do like 42. It was not in there. What are some big hits? We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we didn't do 42. We didn't do. I mean, there's a couple that
61, 8 Men Out.
Yeah, there
Friday
are.
the Yankees technically counts.
Here's the thing, right? We're planning on this is just the first season, right? This is, unless something seriously changes, we're planning on returning for a season 2 here. And we're going to review another, 17 baseball movies. So keep that in mind. We didn't want to just front load the first season with all the heavy hitters and have you all watching trash with us in our follow-up seasons.
One of the nice things that we got in here is that, well, one, you hadn't seen a lot of these movies, but there were also some like really pleasant surprises. The Scout was a really pleasant surprise. Albert Brooks is hilarious in that movie.
Very good.
It's moving.
Lou Gehrig got his terrible disease in college.
Unbelievable line.
So
he didn't get that from playing for the Yankees. I think he got it in college. Mr. Baseball. Mr. Baseball kicks ass. Like, I just watched that again recently. I was gonna buy it on Blu-ray because I wanted special features and stuff, but the Blu-ray is really expensive. It's like $40. So it's the DVD is en route to my home. Shout out Solid State Media. You should own it, because if you don't own something, you will never own something. You will just simply pay for it and then they'll take it away.
That is correct. When our AI overlords take over the entire world, a la every movie about AI you've ever seen.
I mean, they're doing it. I don't play a lot of video games. I used to. I just don't anymore because I'm an adult and I don't have time. But I saw now that you are essentially paying like a subscription for these games. So a game that you pay a lot of money for, because they got to be what, $70 now.
Yeah.
The studio can just turn it off, and you don't get it. So ownership is not a thing anymore, which is deeply unsettling. But you know what? They can't take away from me my DVD copy of Mr. Baseball that I bought for $5.
They can't take away from me my emulator that I used to play all my Nintendo GameCube games on.
Oh,
give me the weirdest controller you've ever seen, and then follow it up with the second weirdest controller you've ever seen.
The N64 controller is the weirdest, and then they hit us with the Wave Bird.
Bro, hold on. I got a Wave Bird somewhere too. I have a Wave Bird
wireless controller.
Bro, you know ball, because the Wave Bird is easily the
Are we trying to get a little 2-player Rogue Squadron going on?
Listen, GameCube's
amazing. And the funny thing is about my GameCube is I have I'll turn it on like every 10 years and it just works because it's made out of pure Nintendo.
That's it.
If you have an NES, it works. Yeah, it might not be able, like the TVs might not work with it anymore, but it works.
They were like, what if we made a controller for somebody that had 3 hands? That's awesome.
Wild decision.
I only have 2, but still. All right, folks.
So you can play with a pal.
This has been an honor and a pleasure. This was pitched as a off-season idea, like I said, but now I just get to every week chop it up with my absolute dog.
I mentioned this at a baseball game. So this was like a dumb idea, and it was like, well, you can do it with your banner. Like we can, you can be part of the broadcast network. And look where we are now, huh? 16 movies under our belt.
Yeah, 16, 17. Yeah, 17 movies, 17 episodes weekly. We didn't miss a week. We were freaking grinding.
It was the week after the season ended. Because the last game this year was on a Thursday and we got it on a Sunday, or was it the week after?
It was a little bit after that. But once we started, we were out here grinding away. So
yeah, 1 week for you, the people. That's what we do it for.
Super happy with how the first season turned out. Stay tuned for season 2. We'll upgrade this in some way, shape, or form. We'll have better graphics. We'll have better rankings. We'll have better whatever it might be. We'll find a way to make it better, and we'll have everything amplified. We'll be funnier.
Thanks to AI.
We'll be funnier. My cat will be faster.
Your cat will be faster. Let's go.
There'll be more hats. Everything will be on 11. Shout out Rob Reiner. RIP. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching along. Thanks for getting your popcorn ready. We will see you next season.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates.